Hi, this is Dan Mumm with Berkshire Hathaway. This week I'm going to be speaking about if the summertime is the best time to sell a house. Okay, so this week's question is about if the summertime is the best time to sell a house. This is common thinking that we've all heard throughout the years, and today I'm going to be speaking about whether this really is true, if it's not true, and how it might apply to you. So the first thing is about the number of transactions. The number of transactions actually does increase, or at least here in Las Vegas, it increases pretty much every summer. And this is a large reason why people think that the summertime might be the best time to sell a house. Just in the last year, for example, we saw an increase from 2,200 to 4,000 transactions. I mean, that's almost double. It seems like it might be the best time to sell if you look at that information. Also, the other thing to look at is the time on market. The time on market almost goes up by 30% between the winter months like January and February and the months of the summertime, May to August. So we've seen that trend pretty much every year for the past 10 years where we see that increase in the amount of time it takes for a home to sell. So it all seems like summertime is the best time. However, when you really look at it, you see something a little bit different. The pricing actually doesn't change that much. If you look back the past 10 years in the Las Vegas market, the price per foot really doesn't change seasonally a whole lot between the summertime and the wintertime. And the real reason for this, if you look at the balance of homes, if you look at the amount of people who are trying to sell and the amount of people who are trying to buy, we measure that by months of inventory. If you look at that trend over the past 10 years, that doesn't change hardly at all seasonally. So even though less people are moving in the winter months, the balance of buyers and sellers doesn't really change, which is why the price doesn't really change. So what does that mean? Well, it still probably benefits you a little bit to sell in the summertime. It doesn't take as long to sell because there's more people looking. But as far as the price and the overall process, not going to be significantly different no matter when you do it. This depends on the market that you're in. So Las Vegas is it's non-seasonal. There's people that are moving here all the time. It's a pretty transient city. There's people moving in and out. So it's not a very seasonal market. If you go to a more suburban market, a smaller town, for example, then those places will be more seasonal. You'll see a lot more activity over the summer months. So Vegas isn't really like that. The other factor to really look at is the price point. If you're looking at the entry-level homes, either a condo or a small single-family house, those are almost unaffected by the seasons. They sell pretty much the same no matter what type of year because there's just so much demand and so much activity. Whereas if you look at the luxury homes, here that's $500,000 and above, if you look at those homes, there is a lot more seasonality there because those are mostly families that are moving. So the last point to make here is that really the important thing, instead of looking at the seasons, I advise my sellers to look at the micro market instead of the macro market. So what does that mean? What's the micro market? The micro market is what's going on in your specific neighborhood, because there could be some general trends, but they might not really affect you as much as what's going on in your specific subdivision. For example, there's neighborhoods in Las Vegas right now with 1 month of inventory. There's neighborhoods here with 17 months of inventory, and they sell much, much slower than some of the other ones. So it could really dramatically depend on your neighborhood. Really, the timing question boils down to what does your specific neighborhood look like? If there's no available listings in your neighborhood, it's probably a good time to sell. If there's a lot of available listings, you might want to wait till a little bit later. So hopefully that's helpful for you. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is below, and thanks so much for watching.